Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play the entirety of this video without any interruptions, and then I'll go back and talk about things that are going on, and better explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think that were done right and or done wrong. Without further ado, here we go.
Hello, I'm Jeff Halleck, Undersheriff of the Orange County Sheriff's Department. This critical incident video is intended to provide you with information about a deputy-involved shooting involving the Orange County Sheriff's Department. A deputy-involved shooting demands the highest level of scrutiny and rightfully is a matter of public concern. In this critical incident video, we will provide a synopsis, including relevant video and audio, so you have an understanding of what occurred during this incident. We have redacted names and blurred civilian faces to protect their privacy and the integrity of the investigation. The investigations related to this incident are ongoing. With that in mind, our understanding of the incident may change as additional evidence is collected, analyzed, processed, and reviewed. Additionally, we withhold judgment and do not draw any conclusions about whether or not our deputies acted in a manner consistent with our policies and in accordance with the law until all facts are known and the investigations are complete.
I'm Sergeant Ryan Anderson with the Orange County Sheriff's Department Public Affairs and Community Engagement Division. I will provide you with a brief overview of the deputy-involved shooting that occurred in Foothill Ranch, a community in the city of Lake Forest, California. On Wednesday, January 19, 2022, at approximately 9:40 p.m., Orange County Sheriff's Dispatch received a call from a loss prevention employee at Walmart, located at 26502 Town Center Drive. The loss prevention employee told dispatchers that two men in the store were walking around with a suspected fraudulent receipt and high-priced items in a cart. The employee provided a description of the two male subjects and said they believe the subjects will be walking out of the store soon. Here's the entirety of the non-emergency call to dispatch.
Sheriff's Department. Hi there, my name is with Walmart Loss Prevention in Foothill Ranch. I have two male subjects with a fake receipt shopping around the store.
And you're off at Town Center, correct?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, your name again? Okay. And are they, what do you mean they're walking around with a fake receipt?
He has a fake receipt. It's a common fraud we see. He has it loaded on his phone. It's a fraudulent receipt. I clearly saw it in the electronics department, and they're just grabbing high-ticket merchandise. They're going to walk out soon.
And what do they look like?
Both male. Subject one is about 5'8".
White, black, Asian, Hispanic. Okay, 5'8".
Hispanic, wearing all black hair.
And next one?
Second, male white, bald with a patterned hat on. And look real quick. He's wearing long cargo pants, brown with a blue shirt, white shoes.
And they're in the electronics right now?
They're in the hardware department now.
Okay. Have they put anything in their pockets?
No, it's all big items.
They're all what?
It's all big items, expensive big items.
But where is this stuff at? Are they having a grocery cart, or are they...
Yeah, they have it in the cart.
Okay.
I need to use this area real quick. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to stay on the phone with me if you think they're going to walk out, or do you want to call us back?
I can call you guys back.
Okay, I have a call on the board, so we'll get somebody out there, okay?
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Bye.
Deputies were dispatched to the store. The following is a portion of the radio broadcast to responding units.
465, 464 to fall.
465.
465, 464 to fall. Pretty T 925 at Walmart, 26502 Town Center Drive, 862 Bravo 4, 931 with loss prevention. Stage two males are walking around the store with a fake receipt. One's a male Hispanic, 5'8", all black clothing. Second subject, a male white bald, had a patterned hat, blue shirt, brown pants in the hardware department. and have a lot of expensive items in the cart. Informant states it's a known fraud of subjects using fake receipt and taking items.
Upon arrival, deputies made contact with the Walmart loss prevention employee who indicated there were subjects in the store with a fraudulent receipt who were possibly engaged in a theft. The employee directed deputies to a man and a woman next to a cart of items. The deputies made contact and detained the man and woman. At the request of the Walmart employee, the deputies asked the man and woman to leave the store. They began escorting the man and woman from the store when one of the deputies notified the escorting deputy that the male subject had a knife. The man placed his hand on the knife. Deputies retrieved the knife and attempted to handcuff the man. The man resisted and a use of force occurred. During the use of force, the man accessed a concealed gun and the deputy-involved shooting occurred. Only the man was injured. He was provided medical attention and transported to the hospital. Currently, the man is recovering from his injuries. He has been booked into the Orange County Jail on outstanding warrants. Additional charges related to the incident may be forthcoming. The deputies involved in this incident were equipped with body-worn cameras. If you would like to learn more about the use of body-worn cameras, the Orange County Sheriff's Department body-worn camera policy is available on our website at ocsheriff.gov. It is important to keep in mind that body-worn cameras are an investigative tool, and like any technology, they have limitations. Body-worn cameras do not capture everything a deputy sees or hears, and they may capture things that a deputy does not see or hear. You are about to view body-worn camera footage from the 3 primary responding deputies and Walmart surveillance footage. Following the videos, we will share screenshots from the deputies' body-worn cameras. Many individuals were captured on the deputies' body-worn cameras, including the Walmart loss prevention employee and a civilian who attempted to assist the deputies during the use of force. Immediately following the deputy-involved shooting, the civilian makes multiple comments. We have confirmed through interviews that these comments were made by the civilian and not by one of the involved deputies.
No crime or use to be finished. I walked in there and I was like, hey, it's supposedly out. I'm not getting any answers. I don't think they left yet, but I'd rather just prevent this before it turns into something.
It's usually what I do. I mean, there's times where I've gone in.
Yeah.
And there's times where I've waited for them to come out, but it's just like...
Yeah. There, you know where you're... Like, I walked the whole, like...
You want to go there and I'll go through that way?
Yeah, and then I'll try to...
What's her name? Alright. Is this closed? Close? What? Does this connect to that store too?
What's that?
Does this connect over there too?
Yes,
to
sir.
that entry? Okay.
But the other door's open, but this one is closed.
Okay, thank you. Hi, is there a around here?
Loss prevention. She doesn't think there's any loss prevention here today.
Well, let me fetch them here eventually. Do you need a front here?
Hey, it was someone from loss prevention.
She's not in the office.
I thought she checked. I can check again. She said that she wasn't. There is a works here, right?
The female suspect is like right here.
Oh, okay. Boom. Where are they? Do you not want to refuse service to them? Do you want to refuse service to them?
I saw a actual Walmart plus person on his phone faking that he was using electronics in their, there's high-end merchandise in their carts.
You think they're just going to try to return it?
No, I think they're going to try to show a fake receipt and walk off.
Yeah.
I lost sight of them. They were men's last, but I will watch her so she has more. She's scanning it right now, but...
Is it these people right here? Is that lady with the hood?
With the hood?
I don't know what you're looking at.
Right there. So the 748.
What are you looking at? Who's hurt?
Right here in this.
Where at from?
Right here, I guess. Now she just moved.
Do you want her out of the store? Do you want to refuse service? It's up to you. We can just stand here, I guess.
Oh, there's the nails.
Is he in the blue hat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know whether I was filming or not.
If you want, you can refuse service. You want us to do that? Yeah. So it's easier, so we don't create a big fuss in here?
How you're sure that's a fake receipt?
That's why I wanted to wait until they actually walked out.
Because, like, how'd you see it on their phone?
I was, like, right next to him shopping, actually, and he had that receipt.
Yeah, dude, let's just kick him out of here.
Do you want to scan these on the bottom?
What's up, guys? What's up, man? So I don't know what's going on. I guess they are saying you guys like stolen before or whatever, but they want you in the store and they don't want to sell any merchandise to you guys, and they have that right. So that's fine. I believe you, but they're a manager and they don't want you guys in the store. They feel like you guys are about to steal. I guess you have a fake Walmart receipt on your phone. No. Okay. Well, we don't have to get into that. You guys just want to leave peacefully. You guys want to do that? Okay. That way's closed. That exit. We'll walk you guys out this way.
You want them trespass, right? They come back. You want to do the whole thing and then trespass and they come back over.
Okay, cool. So we're just going to go to our car, get your info, and then they're going to put a trespassing thing on you guys, okay? So we can do this civilly.
Am I the person?
What?
Am I the person?
Yeah. We're going to go, let's just do this outside by our car. No one, you're not going to jail or anything. We're just going to do this trespassing so you guys can't come back here. It doesn't matter. We're going to go to my car. We're not going to do this inside this Walmart. People are trying to shop. Okay, you guys are detained right now. You're not going to jail, but if you guys want to make this a fuss, then we can do that. Let's just leave this store peacefully while people try to shop. Let's keep walking.
I have something on my shopping cart.
Okay. Follow her out. Alright, come on. Yeah, the receipt right there. Yeah, okay, stop stealing. Let's go. I don't do this. You're like 40 years old and you're still stealing, dude? Get a job. Let's go.
It's got a knife.
Where? Don't reach for it. Get your fucking hand off the knife.
Sorry.
Get the fuck out of the store. I'm not playing around.
I know, but
Let's go.
stupid are you?
Hold this shit.
I'm trying to take it.
Put your hands behind your back.
Hey.
Put your hands behind your back. You're being detained.
Sorry. Hey.
Drop the phone. We're going to put you in handcuffs because I don't know if you have other weapons. If you fight, you're going to get on the ground.
You're going to get thrown on the ground.
I'm promising you right now, you're not going to win this fight.
Stop.
I'm trying to call my wife.
Stop.
Hey, can you tell them to stop? It's a mistake, dude.
We're putting you in handcuffs, dude.
Hey, excuse me.
I'm going to put you on the ground.
Can somebody help me?
Stop.
I'm not trying to do nothing. Please, man. Can you tell them to talk to me?
Not yet. Not yet. Get him in cuffs.
Stop. This is my partner.
Get him in cuffs.
Don't freak out. Get him on.
Help me, please.
Stop. Hey, dude.
Help me. Man,
They're not going to help you.
man, help me, please.
Hold it.
Okay, dude. Hey, dude, you're about to get punched, bro.
My money.
464, we need unit code 3. One word.
I'm helping. He's got a gun! He's got a gun! Shoot him! Shoot him! Nice.
46.
Nice.
18464. Shots fired. 1033 Walmart. Stage 91.
463 shots fired.
I got it. 464. Subject's gonna have a gunshot wound to his head and 891.
Where'd she go? Dude, where'd she go?
We're good. She ran out.
Good.
464, yeah. For additional, there's gonna be a female suspect on foot. There's gonna be a blonde, white. Tim, stand by.
Hey, come here. Wait right here. Okay, wait right here. I don't know what you have, so don't reach in your. I don't care. I don't know that.
I'm not trying to do nothing. Please, ma'am. Can you tell him to stop, please,
Hey, look, dude. You're making this hard on yourself. Stop resisting my partner.
I'm sorry.
Don't freak out.
I'm freaking out, please.
Don't
Stop.
freak out. Just
Can
get
you
him.
guys help me, please?
Turn around.
Look at that lady. Tell that lady to stop.
Turn around. Hey,
Can you
dude.
help him? Ma'am,
They're not gonna help you. Turn around.
Ma'am, help me, please.
Can you grab this?
Help me, ma'am. Ma'am.
Okay, dude. Hey, dude, you're about to get punched, bro.
Oh, my money. My money, please, give me my money. Stop. I'm helping. He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
Shoot him.
Nice.
463. Shots fired.
Yep. All right, I'm good. I'm out.
Hey, put your hands behind your back.
Hey.
You're being detained.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
Drop the phone. We're gonna put you in handcuffs because I don't know if you have other weapons.
Stop.
Please, sir.
If you fight, you're gonna get on the ground.
You're gonna get thrown on the ground.
I'm promising you right now, you're not gonna win this fight.
Stop.
I'm trying to call my wife.
Stop.
Hey, babe.
Stop.
Babe.
Stop.
Can you tell them to stop? Because they got a mistake, babe.
We're putting you in handcuffs, dude. I'm gonna put you on the ground.
Somebody help me.
Stop.
Come on, boss. Please stop.
Stop.
I'm not trying to do nothing. Please, man.
go to
Can you
the
tell them to stop, please,
Not
man?
yet. Not yet. Get him in the cuffs.
stop resisting my partner.
Down here we got Bolton.
Don't freak out.
Freaking out, please.
Don't freak out.
Hey, help me, please. Look at that lady. Tell them to stop.
They're not gonna help you. Turn around.
Ma'am, help me, please.
Hold her.
What we need, unit code 3. I'll work.
I'm helping.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun! Shoot him! Somebody shoot him!
Nice.
When a deputy-involved shooting occurs, 3 simultaneous investigations are immediately initiated. The Orange County District Attorney's Office conducts the primary investigation into the actions of the involved deputies to determine whether their actions were within the law. The Orange County Sheriff's Department Homicide Detail investigates the criminal conduct of any potential suspects prior to or during the incident. The third is an internal administrative investigation conducted by the Orange County Sheriff's Department. This determines whether the actions of the involved deputies were within policy, consistent with training, and identifies potential areas for improvement. The Orange County District Attorney's Office and Orange County Sheriff's Department will continue to investigate and analyze this incident to determine whether the actions of the involved deputies were both within the law and department policy. Thank you for taking the time to review this critical incident video.
All right, let's go into it.
Hi there, my name is with Walmart Loss Prevention in Foothill Ranch. I have 2 male subjects with a fake receipt shopping around the store.
And you're off of Town Center, correct?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, your name again? Okay. Panic, okay? 5-8. But where is the step at?
465, 464 to follow.
They began escorting the man and woman from the store when one of the deputies
On in? Yeah.
So, Walmarts all across this nation are consuming at an alarming and overwhelming rate the time from police. Walmarts are essentially tying up police all across this nation and preventing them from being out there and doing other things that they could be doing. When you think about the amount of hours a police department anywhere across this nation spends at Walmart, it is crazy. There is an agency, it's been a while since I've looked at it, but there was an agency, I want to say it was in Georgia, but they had an officer whose pretty much their assignment was a particular Walmart within a certain part of town because the call volume was just so high. They assign an officer to Walmart. How ridiculous is that? Walmart has some pretty restrictive policies in place for their loss prevention. They really don't want their loss prevention touching people or doing anything. It's literally observe and report. They may go try to make contact with people and ask them to come to their security office and everything. If those people are non-compliant, they don't want to messing with them. And so they call the police, who will get physical with people. And that ties up a lot of police resources. That's why I think that municipalities should enact ordinances or even state governments get laws passed to address the shoplifting issues. There are a lot of states that have written in their laws that loss prevention can detain people. So here in Kentucky, a merchant can detain a shoplifter. And it is illegal for a person to resist a merchant detaining them. However, that is where it ends. They can just detain them. They can't actually take them to jail and lodge them. They can just hold on to them. Then law enforcement comes and deals with them. if these large stores would just follow the law, a lot of this stuff would A, be prevented, or B, it would end up being the loss prevention who has to end up using the deadly physical force. But private companies, they don't want to deal with that because that's lawsuits. And because they don't have qualified immunity like the police. So they push those things off onto the local police. And it's not right. It's not fair at all. It ties up resources, and it always ends up with the police having to be, quote unquote, the bad guy. There's a couple ideas I have that could make merchants take a more proactive approach and stop calling the police all the damn time. First thing, nuisance properties. If local ordinances or state laws could be passed to address a nuisance property, then that could make it easier to make the merchants take a more proactive approach to their own loss prevention and security. If a property is deemed to be a nuisance, i.e. they have an extremely high call volume, and this is where, record keeping comes into play, CAD, all that stuff, which pretty much most places have all that. There may be some areas out there that don't have their own dispatch center and they got to rely on someone else or what have you, or they can't afford the nice big CAD system and they still do it on a computer, spreadsheet stuff. But anyway, if this, Walmart has X amount of calls of service a month compared to these other stores that have way less, then, and it also, not just the calls, but like the type of calls, then I think that a municipality should be able to label that property as a nuisance and be able to impose fines upon them. And if these fines are not paid, then the local government should be able to condemn that building and close it down because of it being a nuisance and a danger to public health. If there is that type of law in place, places like Walmart would solve their fucking problems real quick. And that's how you get changes done. You have to affect someone's finances. Hit them where it hurts, their pocketbook. So if such laws existed to where a municipality could start fining these places for having a nuisance property, then these properties would quickly realize, hey, these high fines that we're having to pay because we have all these shoplifters are hurting. We should change our policies and let our loss prevention detain people and get the information and go to the county attorney's office. If not, then they're going to quickly run out of money paying all these fines. And they'll either let loss prevention do the jobs, or they'll start doing different things internally to make it harder for shoplifters to get a hold of things. That I see being the better choice. The other idea is to amend the laws, and on top of allowing a merchant to detain someone, also allow them to make the full arrest and take the person to jail and show it to court. So if a loss prevention officer could witness a person shoplifting, they got it on video, etc., they detain them, they arrest them, they take them to jail. They take them down, they got them booked in, and then later they show up to a court and testify. Then they could just be able to deal with their own problems and don't have to call the police every single freaking time someone steals something. That one would be a good one, in my opinion. It would allow the stores to become really self-reliant. And maybe if they needed assistance, police could come and help. But realistically, I mean, that would cut police calls down by a lot. So those are my two thoughts, my two ideas on how things could be changed. Either A, by enacting laws that or ordinances that deem a property a nuisance and they have to pay fines, and if they can't pay fines and they continue to be a nuisance, then they can be shut down, have the building condemned as a health hazard, or B, allow loss prevention to do more. And I forgot to add into that, provide the qualified immunity for loss prevention professionals and or security, because that's one of the biggest reasons why these loss prevention teams and these security teams are completely observe and report. They don't want to take the liability, and they end up having to always wanting to call the police because the police can take on that liability. But it's tying up police. It is consuming the police with the amount of time that they're having to go to Walmart and deal with shoplifters. And it's not just Walmart they got to go to. They got to go to court afterwards too. And then when there's use of force involved, they go to arrest someone, they resist, they tase them, take them down on the ground, there's an injury. Someone's got to go to the hospital. If the suspect has to go to the hospital, then the officer's going to have to stay there the whole time with the suspect, and then take them to jail. If officers are injured, they're going to have to go to the hospital. If they're injured enough to be taken off work, then they're going to be off work for a while. That's a long period of time. And then in the event of this, an officer-involved shooting occurs, boom, they're going to be off work for a time. So places like Walmart, they're meat grinders for the police. They really are. They just eat them up. And I don't think it's fair that a private company can make millions of dollars, but they can't take on any more liability than what they want, and they want to shove it all off on the police and make them take that liability. That's not fair. That shit needs to change. Anyway, so these officers get here and they start trying to game plan it here, and I'd imagine they probably got a pretty decent call volume, and they don't seem too interested in trying to actually catch a shoplifter. They just kind of want to really ban them from the property.
Yeah, and there's times where I wait for them to come out, and it's just like,
yeah, they already know where you're here. Like I watched the whole
You want to go there, and I'll go through that way. Wait. It's usually what I do.
I'm not getting any answers. I don't think they left yet, but I'd rather just prevent this before it turns into something.
So, rather prevent this before it turns into something. So, they're not even wanting to let the potential shoplifters commit the crime so that they have to arrest them and do something. They'd rather just avoid having to take official action to begin with.
It's usually what I do. I mean, there's times where I've gone in.
Yeah,
and there's times where I've waited for them to come out, but it's just like... Is that lady with the hood?
With the hood?
I don't know what you're looking at.
Right there. For the 748.
What are you looking at? Who's hurt?
Right here in this.
Where at, bro?
Right here, I guess. Now she just moved.
Do you want her out of the store? Do you want to refuse service?
So he automatically pushes for refusing service to them. She wants to see what they do. She's wanting to wait. She's wanting to get a bust. Hey, you know what? She's trying to do something. You know, she's proactive. I applaud her for that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with following through and catching someone doing something wrong. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But this officer here, or this deputy, is wanting to excuse me. He's wanting to just end it. Instead of waiting for them to commit the act of stealing and whatnot and going through all that, he just wants to go up and tell them, hey, they're refusing service to you. I'm okay with that too. I mean, if they got a lot of call volume going on, more pressing things, they've already been to Walmart 15 times this week. Hey, I see no problem with that. Just go in and refuse that service to them and get them on their way and then go. You ain't got to mess with them again or have to deal with this situation again. You got to show back up to court or anything like that. So, nothing wrong with it.
You can refuse. Yeah, dude, let's just kick him out of here. Yeah, dude, let's just kick him out of here. What's up, guys? What's up, man? So I don't know what's going on. I guess they are saying...
So he does have cash. And earlier, you know, he noted that, you know, the guy sees him. So I guess they've looked at each other and there was some eye contact made. This guy has cash out and they're in this aisle right here.
And you guys like...
And I find it
stolen before
a little
but they
peculiar that he's standing here and he's going through cash. Like, why would you not just go into the lane right here and pull your cash out there? Like, why would you stand out here in the middle open like that? So that kind of makes me think that this guy was trying to do some camouflage, like pull his money out and be like, oh, it's a bust, you know, like somehow they're onto us. Here, let me pull my money out. Maybe that'll make them, you know, think that, you know, nothing's going on. Or he could have been just, you know, counting his money right there in the middle of the thing, make sure he had enough. In a news article, this woman was later talked to, or this news article that I read, this woman was caught up to after the incident had happened, and she had mentioned that this guy was buying stuff for her children for her, and that he had $1,000 cash on him. Now, that's just her saying that. I have no idea if this guy actually had $1,000 cash on him or not. There's nothing that the police have released that indicates that or anything. So, but we do see some cash on him, but no idea if it's $1,000 or not. But it's peculiar to me that he's standing right here going through his cash versus in line and getting his cash out there.
They don't want to sell any merchandise to you guys, and they have that right. So that's fine. I believe you, but they're a manager and they don't want you guys in the store. They feel like you guys are about to steal. I guess you have a fake Walmart receipt on your phone. No. Okay. Well, we don't have to get into that. If you guys just want to leave peacefully, you guys want to do that? Okay. That way's closed. That exit. We'll walk you guys out this way.
You want them fast pass, right? They come back. You want to do the whole thing and then come back?
Closed. Peacefully. You guys want to do that?
So keep in mind, this guy has a knife on his right side. Part of it is partially concealed by his shirt, but you still see enough of it sticking down. This officer has been on this side, but he has not noticed it yet.
Okay, that way's closed. That exit. We'll walk you guys out this way.
You want them fast pass, right? They come back. You want to do the whole thing and then fast they come back.
Okay, cool.
So now this officer, from his perspective, can start to see his side here, and he should be able to see that he has a knife on his side.
He's going to go to our car, get your info, and then they're going to put a trespassing thing on you guys, okay? So we can do this civilly.
Am I the person?
What?
Am I the person?
Yeah. We're going to go, let's just do this outside by our car. No one, you're not going to jail or anything. We're just going to do this trespassing so you guys can't come back here. It doesn't matter. We're going to go to my car. We're not going to do this inside this Walmart. People are trying to shop. Okay, you guys are detained right now. You're not going to jail, but if you guys want to make this a fuss, then we can do that. Let's just leave this store peacefully while people try to shop. Let's keep walking.
I have something on my shopping cart.
Okay. Follow her out. Alright, come on. Yeah, the receipt right there. Yeah, okay, stop stealing. Let's go. I don't do this. You're like 40 years old and you're still stealing, dude? Get a job. Let's go.
So he finally, I guess, notices the knife as he's walking towards him.
Get a job. Let's go. Don't reach for it.
As soon as he mentions it, this guy reaches down for the knife. Stupid move on his part.
Get your fucking hand off the knife. Get the fuck out of the store. I'm not playing around.
How stupid are you?
Hold this shit.
I'm trying to take it.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're being detained. Drop the phone. We're gonna put you in handcuffs because I don't know if you have other weapons. If you fight, you're gonna get on the ground.
You're gonna get thrown on the ground.
I'm promising you right now, you're not gonna win this fight.
Stop.
I'm trying to call my wife.
Stop. Stop.
Hey, can you tell them to stop? They're making a mistake, dude.
We're putting you in handcuffs, dude.
Hey, excuse me.
I'm gonna put you on the ground.
So they go into the "you better stop or I'm gonna tell you stop again" game. You know, they threaten them with taking them down to the ground, but they don't do it. I'm a firm believer of doing what you say. If you tell someone that if they don't stop doing something, you're going to put them on the ground, then you do it. You put them on the ground. If you're going to threaten someone and tell them you're going to tase them, do it. If they don't comply, shoot them with a taser. That's what you told them you was going to do.
Somebody help me.
Stop.
I'm not trying to do nothing, please, man. Can you tell them to talk to me?
Not yet. Not yet. Get him in cuffs.
Stop resisting my partner.
Get him in cuffs.
Don't freak out.
Guys, help me, please. Stop.
Hey, dude.
Help me. Man,
They're not gonna help you.
Man, help me, please.
Hold it.
Okay, dude. Hey, dude, you're gonna fucking get punched, bro. You're gonna fucking get punched, bro. Hey, dude, you're gonna fucking get punched, bro.
I'm guessing this is some of his money that has fallen out.
Hey, dude, you're gonna fucking get punched, bro.
Hold it.
So watch his right hand right here. His right hand has gone back down into the front area. So I think this guy was trying to grab his gun at this point.
Hey, dude, you're about to get punched, bro.
My money, please, I need my money.
464, we need unit code 3. And we're...
I'm helping. He's got a gun! He's got...
Before it ever got to this, I think that Taser should have been deployed. Taser, in my opinion, should have been deployed somewhere around this mark. If not, then he definitely should have been taken down to the ground. You know, he's actively resisting. He's trying to get away. He found one weapon on him. Always the possibility of a second weapon being on him. And, of course, he does have a second weapon on him. So these circumstances, they should have either A, did a hard takedown, or B, deployed Taser onto this guy and get him under control. But they didn't.
Help me, please. Stop.
Hey, dude.
Help us.
They're not going to help you.
Ma'am, help me, please.
Hold it. Okay, dude. Hey, dude, you're about to get punched, bro.
My money, please, I need my money.
464, we need unit code 3. And we're...
And so then, random person comes up.
I'm helping. He's got a gun! He's got a gun! Shoot him! Shoot him!
Nice. 4-6.
It's odd that the person who came up to help them said more than once, nice. Like, I don't know if that was just his way of coping with something traumatic. Like, he's never seen someone get freaking shot before in close up, or he's never been involved in some kind of violence or something like that, and like he doesn't know what else to say, and he's just like, nice. I mean, I have no idea what's going on with this guy. I don't think that he fully contributed to anything. It was a nice gesture for him to want to help. I think that with it being 3 deputies there, probably not in his best interest to be getting involved. 1 deputy by themselves trying to gain control over someone, you know, he probably could have been more of a help at that point. But when it comes to getting involved in things that don't involve you, I typically recommend to people that if it's not your fight, don't get involved. If it turns deadly, then the deadliness could come to you, and that would suck, to die from something that had nothing to do with you to begin with, but because you wanted to get involved, now you're dead. Like, that would suck. I mean, this dude could have been out buying baby formula for, you know, a newborn, and decides he wants to go jump in and help, and then gets killed. It's like it wouldn't be worth it, right? Now, if it was a scenario, 1 deputy all by themselves, it looks like they're losing a fight, you know, would it be something to want to get involved in, do the right thing so that, you know, a deputy by themselves doesn't get hurt? Yeah, I could see that being, you know, more of a justifiable kind of thing, you know. Even if at the end something bad happened, then, you know, at least, you know, it was for a good effort. but yeah, generally speaking, if it's not your fight, don't get involved. I mean, it would be stupid to get killed over something that had nothing to do with you to begin with.
Yeah. So just gonna have a.
So they shot him in the head. Now, it doesn't specify where this guy got shot exactly in his head. It could be that due to the angle, the trajectory, that he popped him in the head, but the bullet didn't go all the way into the skull and into the brain. It could have hit the skull at an angle and ripped under the skin and came out and hit the ground and then ricocheted off somewhere. I would suspect that is probably the most likely scenario. I would think that if the bullet had penetrated the skull and had gone into the brain itself, then he would most likely be unconscious. Most likely. Doesn't mean 100%, but he would most likely be unconscious. So I think that it's a simple, like, weird trajectory, you know, the way his head was positioned, the way the barrel was positioned, bullet came out and hit his head, but due to the angles and everything, it, for lack of better description, ricocheted off his head. Like, it broke skin, obviously there's blood, but I don't think it pierced the skull at all. Might have cracked it, obviously, or something, but did not fully penetrate and go into the brain. Most likely entered into the skin and traveled along the skull and then popped out the other side. Kind of like a little Bugs Bunny tunnel going underground. That would be my most likely guess.
Where'd she go? We're good. She ran out. Good. There's gonna be a blonde.
Wait right here. So she goes to take off, and we see her later take off. Her story is that, you know, she didn't think that she was under arrest, and she just thought that they were going to arrest him, and she went to go get in her car and go home. Let me see if I can bring that article back up. And it's probably going to be way too long. Nope, here it is. All right, so the woman also said that carrying a gun in a Walmart is like a death sentence. No, only if you try to pull it out on the police who are trying to detain you. That's when it becomes a death sentence, not just the mere carrying of the gun into the store. Of course, I'm trying to scroll down the story here. Okay, here we go. The woman says she got in her car and left and did not see the rest of the struggle. She was detained and questioned when she got home. I wasn't under arrest, didn't commit a crime, so even if they got my license plate, I didn't think they'd come and get me for anything because I didn't commit a crime, she said. The woman says Aguilar had $1,000 in cash and was going to pay for the items in his cart. I just thought he got beat up real bad. I thought that's why they put him in the hospital. I didn't know he got shot in the head, she said. She was not arrested. I'm traumatized. Just thinking about Walmart makes me want to throw up. That's a lot of us. I will never step foot inside a Walmart ever again in my life, she said. I kind of doubt that. But anyway, she takes off running. And, you know, if she really, you know, truly didn't think that she didn't commit any crimes, then why is it when she gets to here she takes off running? Because she knows she was in the wrong. She was committing a crime. See her standing right there. They start to struggle with him. She's still standing there. She starts to turn. Nope. Turning, walking. And then she gets there. And then boom, she hightails it. So she picks up her pace. So she eases towards this exit. And then boom. So she was up to no good. We all know that. That's why she took off running the way she did. People who are innocent don't take off running like that.
What we need, unit code 3. Hold on. Don't freak out.
I'm not trying to do nothing, please, man. Can you tell him to stop, please, man?
Not yet. Get him in the cuffs.
Stop resisting my partner. Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
Help me, please. Can you at least tell him to stop?
So although these officers have the authority to be able to take this guy down hard, use taser on him, have all the justification to do so, they still don't do anything. And so for people who are real quick to jump and say that, you know, the police are just, you know, always wanting to hurt people, you know, they're trigger happy, you know, hot-headed, blah, 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 blah. Like, they had multiple opportunities to take this guy down hard or pop him with a taser, and they didn't. They were trying to just get him in cuffs.
They're not going to help you. Turn around.
Ma'am, tell me, please.
Hold on. What we need, unit code 3. What we need, unit code 3. What we need, unit code 3.
I'm helping. He's got a gun! He's got a I'm helping. He's got a gun! He's got a gun! Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him! Nice. Shoot him! I'm helping. He's got a gun! He's got a gun! Shoot him! 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 A gun! Shoot him! Shoot him!
course, from the angle, you can't see any wounds to his head on this side, so or even from this angle, so he could have a wound closer to the top. It's hard to see it from this angle. But yeah, the gun right there that this guy's trying to go down and reach for. Why is this guy during the struggle reaching for his gun and grabbing a hold of it? He planned on killing the police. Like, what other reason would he be going for his gun like that?
Nice.
Hey, look, dude, you're making this hard on yourself. Stop resisting my partner.
So he still has the knife in his hand. He eventually hands it off to the loss prevention officer.
I'm sorry.
Don't freak out.
I'm freaking out, please.
Don't
Stop.
freak out. Just stop resisting my partner.
I'm sorry.
Don't freak out.
I'm freaking out, please.
Don't
Stop.
freak out. Just
Can you guys help?
I'm freaking out. Don't freak out. It's like telling someone to calm down.
Resisting my partner.
I'm sorry.
Don't freak out.
I'm freaking out, please.
Don't
Stop.
freak out.
Can you guys help me, please?
Turn around.
Look at that lady. Tell that lady to stop.
Turn around. Hey,
Can you help her? Ma'am,
they're not going to help you. Turn around.
Ma'am, help me, please.
Can you grab this?
Help me, ma'am. Ma'am.
Okay, grab this.
Help me, ma'am. Ma'am.
You can look in the lower left area here. You can see his right hand. And it looks like he's reaching down to his waistband area.
Help me, please.
Can you grab this?
Help me, ma'am.
Okay, dude. Hey, dude, you're about to get punched, bro.
Oh, my leg. My money, please.
Bro.
Oh. My leg. My money, please.
Bro.
Oh. My leg. My money, please. My money. What do you need? You need a cook? Stop. You need a cook? Stop.
I'm helping.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun!
I'm helping.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun! Shoot him!
Shit.
Shoot him.
Shoot him!
Shit.
Shoot him.
So we can see from this angle here, his gun, the way it's pointed here. Like I said, I think it's possible that when he shot, it just pierced the skin and didn't go through the skull. And I'll try to replay this a couple more times, but they do end up blurring it pretty quick, so we don't get to see a whole lot from that angle.
Shit.
Shoot him.
Shit.
Shoot him.
Shit.
He's got a gun!
Now his what's interesting here too is this guy runs in and gets involved, and this own officer's lapel mic gets caught up.
I'm helping.
His lapel mic has gone around some of this officer's holster here, and you see him trying to make an effort to get it off. But then it ends up wrapping around.
I'm helping.
Ends up wrapping around this guy's neck. So this deputy, and I might have to go back at the different camera angles to check and see, but it's possible this deputy is using a mic loop product to be able to keep that lapel mic in place, because typically lapel mics, although I do believe they're a necessary piece of equipment for public safety, they do sometimes end up falling off pretty easily. And normally a lapel mic would be off at this point, but it's wrapped around his neck here. So this close proximity here, he at some point, he had to have, I would imagine he had to have seen the gun. If not, then he's going off what others are saying. I don't know which of the two is going on here, but this is a firing position here. It's not a classic quintessential flat range kind of position. He's not standing in a stance, weavers, isosceles, whatever. Don't even have the opportunity to put two hands on gun. And it's very, very close. And he draws, clears the gun out of the holster, and points to head and fires. And sometimes if that's all you're left with, that's all you're left with. And so he fired from a close retention. He only did one round. Could he have done more? Absolutely. Some people seem to think that once you fire so many rounds, it then becomes bad. It's no longer a self-defense situation if you shoot more rounds than necessary. It now becomes murder. I don't know where people come up with this crap at. I really don't. I wish I knew. But people seem to think that if you fire one too many rounds, it could turn a self-defense into a murder. A lot of stuff people say is stupid and crazy, but he for sure could have fired more than one round. He could have done a quick double tap and still would have been good, but he fired one round. I'd imagine that what was probably going through his head was he's fired a gun into this guy's head, and one shot is going to be 100% incapacitating. Like, it's going to be lights out at this moment, and dude's no longer going to be doing anything else. Bullets are unpredictable, and you don't really 100% know what they're going to do. So I'm sure it was probably a shock to him that when he got up, this guy was still talking. And they do make it. This officer here does start to make the effort to try and cuff the suspect, and I think it's in the store security camera footage. You see it. Maybe not. Maybe it is. I thought I saw one of them start to turn him over and try and cuff him after being shot. But this is why people are cuffed after being shot. This dude took a headshot. Like, he was shot in the head with a gun, and he's still talking. He's still moving. If he was 100% committed to fighting, then he could have continued on, because he is not physically incapacitated at all. He's moving, he's talking. He is mentally incapacitated. The will to fight has been taken out of him. That gunshot to the head gave him a head change. It motivated him to stop fighting. But if he was motivated to continue fighting, if he had another gun and he thought he could go for it, He could. He is physically able to do it. And that's why officers generally handcuff people after they've been shot. Even when they appear to be incapacitated physically and are unconscious, sometimes people can wake back up and continue the fight.
Oh, shit! Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him! Nice! Nice! Nice!
So he untangles the guy from his lapel mic.
463! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Yep. Alright, I'm good. I'm out.
Yeah, I was here. He starts seeing him, turn him around to cuff him. So, a lot of people question that. They don't understand why police cuff people after they've been shot. Some people, like, when you read their comments and what they have to say, it's like they're thinking that this is adding to insult, or they'll even do it in a ridiculing way, like, oh, they're stupid, don't they know he's dead? It's not the case. It's really not. Most people would think you get shot in the head with a gun, like, you're toast. You're not coming back from that. And that's just a lack of education for a lot of people when it comes to violent encounters. And a lot of people are basing their opinions off what experience they do have. And the only experience the majority of the people have in this country is watching television. That's it. Watching Hollywood movies or watching TV shows. And that is the reason why you hear people come up with this stupid ass shit like, couldn't you shot him in the leg? Shot him in the shoulder? No. That only works in the movies. If an officer tried to shoot someone in the leg in a less lethal manner and then hit their femoral artery, they're going to potentially bleed out in 2 minutes. Like, that's just, again, that goes back to the fact that people are only drawing upon the only thing they know of, and they don't know a whole lot. All they know is movies. They're stupid. They really are. They're uneducated in these manners, and it really bugs me when people comment on these things and they want to ridicule the police, say how they did everything wrong, etc., 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 when they have no experience whatsoever. They've never been through any training or anything. And I always wonder, or I liken it to these people trying to ridicule brain surgeons for doing an improper procedure, or ridiculing heart surgeons for doing an improper procedure. These people know better to argue in a comment section about, a heart doctor doing something wrong or whatever, because you just don't see in movies the intricate details of a heart surgery. Yeah, you may see the scene where a heart surgery is taking place, but you don't see the long, tedious process that is involved there and up in detail. But in movies, you see, I won't call it details, but you see more visuals. You see a person being shot in the thigh and there being a better resolve for the scenario. You see a person being shot in the shoulder and, they live, and it brings a peaceful resolution to the thing. People know to stay in their lane when it comes to things like heart surgery and whatnot. But they think because they've seen enough visuals in a movie or a TV show, that they can comment about stuff like this and ridicule police and say that what they've done is wrong, when they realistically need to be shutting up about this stuff too and staying in their lane. They don't know anything about use of force. Nothing. Another interesting thing about this video is when I went to go look for it, I originally came to knowledge of this video from another YouTube page other than the actual sheriff's office YouTube page. And so I found that, and then, okay, I'll go to the Orange County, California Sheriff's YouTube page and get it there. When I go to the page, I can't find any reference to it whatsoever. And that happens sometimes. And so did a Google search thinking it would probably be posted to the website somehow. And that happens with some agencies. They won't actually use YouTube. They'll have the video on their site. And that's how some of these other YouTube pages end up copying those videos, or how news media gets those videos. So I thought that was going to be something like that. Well, it wasn't something like that, but rather it was a YouTube video. And I thought, well, that's funny, because I went to their YouTube page, but it didn't show the video. And then it clicked in my head, it must be an unlisted video. And I've seen Kentucky State Police do that. And another agency, I forgot who it was. So clicked on the link, it goes through YouTube, and of course it is an unlisted video. So they have it published through YouTube, but when you go to their page, you don't see any links for it. You have to go to their website and find their news release on it, and then click on that URL to be able to bring this video up. I'm not the biggest fan of agencies doing that. I don't know why they're doing that. It could be they are only wanting the nice, happy feeling kind of videos to be on their YouTube page and not have a bunch of these kind of things showing up. Or it could be they are purposely making it difficult for people to find the video. I don't know why. I know that some agencies, they don't like open records. They will fight you on open records. Even when, like, obviously it doesn't show that anything's wrong. Everything could be perfectly fine. You don't even have to be doing open records on use of force stuff. You can be doing open records on insurance claims, like lost equipment, broken equipment, and government entities, they don't like handing over those things. They don't like people poking around. So it's one of the two, and which one of the two it is, I don't know. But it is something I've noticed. So if you're the type to the research for these videos and stuff, keep in mind that when you try to do a search on YouTube, even though a video like this is published through YouTube, simply searching for it or looking for it on YouTube, you're not going to be able to find it. You'll have to click on the provided link that would be within a news release from the agency's website. That's it. Nothing else to talk about. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.